Hi, this is Jeremy, aka Mr. Variety. I got this new clear stitch in a ditch foot in the mail. I think it's a 1/4 inch, so I'll have to learn how to use it. But basically, it makes the sewing job really easy, where you make a straight seam, and all of a sudden you put this little tiny metal foot inside of that seam, and it just that's the little metal toe that goes inside the seam, and it just perfectly tracks that seam and makes it straight as ever, or matches the seam that's there already, and then makes a nice finish. But that's something new I got. I'm gonna work on it somehow. But here's a little update. Turn this off. That's how I'm looking to repair these jeans, all the way from here to there, and that still needs repaired. That's a solid stitch there, and this is, of course, right here, before that stitch would happen. And there's a hole right there that's on the back there. That's the area of that part of the jeans that needs to be fixed. That whole area there. And that whole area has been turned into that. So that's gonna, that gray stuff's gonna eventually, with enough washings, it'll disappear, and you'll just be left with that nice patch. That's I think it blends pretty well, and it's also really strong too. So we'll see how things go. Anyway, I'm gonna be covering it up like this, so it'll be like that. Should blend pretty nice. Won't be all that like that. That'll be hidden. So anyway, that's what I plan to do with the this side here. All right, this is in. I wrote down where the logo is in chalk, so when I remove that, I'll be like, oh, that's okay. I want it right here, and then logo, and the chalk will wash out. But my plan is to stitch all along here, and pretty much back and left and right twice. I probably use a stitch in a ditch foot on one of them, so the way that ditch will just run in that ditch and match that the side, the thread that's right next to it. That'll just match a parallel line. And I'll also do something like that for this as well. Like when I make this my main seam, or maybe, and then maybe make that my. Well, anyway, I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do this, but for the most part, I'm learning. So I did not touch this part of it, the jeans. That's not touched at all. So just gonna work on restoring this and that once I do this side. But I wanted to get this side done just to get things started. All right, so, and this is a useful light because it lets you see pretty much the details in case you need to see something up close you can't see quite well. And then I got blue thread in the bobbin, the denim thread, and got blue thread on the top, and that's my bobbin and top stitch for bobbin, as well as the main stitch. Anyway, that's it for me. I just wanted to give an update. Also, I made this cleaned up a little bit about what the settings are going to be for when you're hemming jeans. But also, I want to go over to the section in the book, which you could probably do this in your own machine if you have this kind of thing. Let's see, like a red card. Here we go. That's 28. So stitch number 28. I think I'm going to circle that and then draw a line over here. And then for jeans hemming, I'm going to mark down on thick jeans, the tension is going to be 3, and then pressure foot pressure is going to be 4. As the higher the number is, the thicker the material that needs to be moved. And also, when I'm hemming the jeans, or sorry, not hemming, I'm sorry, mending, when I'm mending the jeans, also, it's good if I do not have a roller presser foot to use your hand to just go straightly forward, not pulling hard, but just easing in, trying to give it a little bit of push, a little bit, you know, but not forcing it. As opposed to like normal, like lighter fabrics that just require just keeping a easy pressure on, easy, you know, like straightness on there. You have to maybe give a little bit more pressure on the jeans to help the feed dogs to feed those jeans, because they're kind of thick, you know. And that's got a 90, a denim needle, 90. Can I get a example of a 90? Yes. So compared to 70 and 80, you get 390s, that's for jeans. I guess you get one jeans one. But anyway, I'm using the universal because whatever. But I probably could use the jeans one. That's all right. I know the universal actually works too. Now I'm going to make a note here again after I'm done with this recording of all these settings there again. So press your foot level, not neutral or end, but number 4, because it's thicker fabric. It needs some help pushing it. Thread tension 3, which normally it would be 4. And then you get to do setting number 28. Oops. 28. And then I often like to reduce the speed all the way down. And that way, I'll press the start button when I'm ready. And then I'll press the reverse button when I'm ready to go reverse. And then just do all that stuff I was talking about. So anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say for this recording. Just that, and also I'm going to redo, I'm going to use the seam ripper here, and I'm going to redo this, this part of the jeans, completely redo that. Why? Because they did a great job with this part of jeans. It's beautiful. The other side comes out kind of wacky. I don't like it so much, you know. I mean, it comes out kind of okay, but it's not the greatest. Compared to this, that is awesome. So I want this side to look just as awesome as and this is, again, pretty good. And that's pretty good, but it can definitely be better, like straighter like that. Like you see, that's completely straight. So I'm going to redo that, even though it's going to take a long time to get that seam ripped. I want it to look perfect for the client, customer. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to get to the last part of this, which is finishing what I was doing here before I check my mailbox for my new pressure foot. And after I finish, and well, actually I've got to do the notes here first. I do not have to remember them. And then I can finish this part here, and then I can hang my hat for the night. Say, okay, well, I'll work on this part tomorrow. I'll remove this thing out of there. You know, and then I can go and fill in the stitch. That feels okay, but right here it's probably going to need little holes fixed. Yeah, like that, definitely. All right, well, I gotta get going. Thanks for checking me out. This is Jeremy, aka Mr. Jeremy, aka Mr. Variety. Just trying to do some jeans, some work on the jeans. All right, so see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now. Visit twitch.tv/music forum, twitch.tv/music forum, hooniesdesigners.com. Scan the code.